Welcome to No Facts Needed, and today we're going to be talking about Dak Prescott and if he deserves
Sir Dak.
if he deserves the money that he really wants and his whole situation. Recent news has come out that Dak Prescott wants
30 plus.
$30+ million.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
There's only five quarterbacks who make 30 plus.
Which quarterbacks are those?
Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, Aaron Rodgers, Big Ben, and Russell Wilson. After that, it's Kirk Cousins and Jimmy G at around 28.
He's not better than any of those guys. Besides, Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, maybe.
Yeah,
I can see that.
But his contract was for 3 years, and it wasn't like...
Well, it's all guaranteed, but yeah.
It wasn't over a long-term deal. The problem with this is that he said that all the young Cowboys players should be paid what they're worth, which I agree with, but he's not worth this much money.
Yeah.
Because you can see in the stats from when Dak plays with and without Zeke, and his numbers drop off significantly.
Well, I don't even think it's that. I think my biggest problem with paying Dak long term is that he's never improved.
Yeah.
Like, he was really good coming in for a rookie.
Like, surprisingly
and
good.
Plateaued, pretty much.
Yeah.
You could say he's gotten worse, even.
He's an average quarterback. He's a good game manager.
He's right in the middle. He's somewhere between like 12 and 16.
He just needs to be better.
Yeah.
His passes aren't what they should be. He could be more accurate.
And no quarterback is going to be perfect, but there's just certain things Dak has to get better at if he wants to be paid like this. Like, he can't take big sacks and drop out of field goal range. He can't be losing the ball as frequently as he does.
He does it a lot.
Yeah, and he just has to do some things better.
The good thing about Dak is what people say is that he doesn't throw a lot of interceptions, but he does that because he waits too long in the pocket, and it forces him to take a lot of sacks.
And he's got like a good mental on him.
Yeah.
And he's not even like a horrible, like there's some quarterbacks who just fundamentally have problems throwing the ball. He's not one of those. He just has to be consistent and everything like that and improve. If he can improve, then I'll be like, okay, I get it. If you want to pay him because you think he's going to keep improving.
Yeah.
But if this is what you're going to get for the rest of his career, he's not worth $30 million a year.
And the problem with Dak is that a quarterback like this, let's see the names. So, Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz are, besides Big Ben, even Big Ben, all those quarterbacks, they're good if they didn't have a bad team. The problem with Dak is that he needs a good team around him, and if you're going to be paid this much, you have to be good no matter what.
Yeah, you can't be part of the problem if you're getting paid this much.
Yeah, and even when the Cowboys are good, he is sometimes part of the problem, like you said.
And one more thing that makes this whole equation even more complicated is the Cowboys have a lot of players to play.
Yeah.
Like, they have Zeke, Cooper, Jalen Smith needs a new contract soon, Byron Jones. They have a lot of pieces. And that's not even talking about the people who are going to come up after that. People like Cheeto and Leighton.
And all those players, I think what the Cowboys are going to be able to sign them for, they have much more value than what Dak has in his contract.
Yeah.
And also, I think right now is a quarterback league, and everyone knows that. But there's so many quarterbacks now. Most teams have a good quarterback or a young quarterback.
We've talked about this before. Really, the only teams that are missing quarterbacks now are the ones with old quarterbacks.
Yeah. And it's a great quarterback draft coming up. So if the Cowboys don't want to pay him, then I think two things will happen if the Cowboys don't pay him. He's going to go to the market, and he's going to realize that he's not worth as much as he is.
Look, I think if he doesn't want to do a deal that they like, they should let him test the market. They should let him see if anybody else wants to pay him $34 million a year.
Because I think we'll pay him the most money that he'll want, or the most money he'll get.
It's from the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because none of the other teams are going to pay him what he wants.
Yeah.
And two, the quarterback draft that's coming up is a great one because
even past then, even in the future.
Yeah, the quarterbacks coming through are going to be great.
We've seen year in and year out rookie quarterbacks go off. It's just happening, And I want to say something else. A lot of these contracts they look huge now, but the salary cap is going to continue to increase.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time people like Mahomes and Baker are getting up for their big contracts, they're going to be talking about $40+ million a year. So if you can get Dak, I would say max, if you could keep him at or below 30 million a year, it's not going to look as bad in
No, I agree.
3 or 4 years when that contract is winding down.
I think if you give Dak a $30 million contract, the only problem Cowboys fans will have with that is that it's going to be hard to pay all your other players.
Oh yeah. Well, the fans, I don't know. It's probably going to cost them one of these guys that they're looking at. If not, it's going to cost them depth elsewhere. And me personally, I would rather keep Zeke and Cooper and Jalen and Byron than keep Dak. I mean, it's not like a strategy that I would say you should do, but finding these rookie quarterbacks like they did with Dak, who make close to nothing, is a formula for success. Like we've seen it with Carson Wentz, we've seen it with plenty of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Their team is able to just stack the rest of the roster because they are quarterbacks making nothing.
Yeah.
And this year, the Cowboys are all in for this last year of Dak's rookie deal. You know, this is the best roster that he's probably had at least since his rookie year. You could say it might be better.
Yeah.
And so he needs to show this year that he's worth it.
And if he is worth it, pay him.
Yeah,
of course.
If he takes a step up and he starts throwing efficiently down the field, or he stops taking sacks and turning the ball over, and the Cowboys look like they're poised for success not only this year but in the future, then he's worth it. Because as long as you're winning games, it doesn't really matter what you're paying your team.
Yeah, if he plays great this year with the team around him, I would say pay him. But if he starts stumbling and he doesn't get better, you got to look for a new quarterback or let him test the market himself, and he realized that not a lot of teams are going to want to pay him.
You don't think Dak will hold out? I don't think he's in a position to hold out.
No, I don't think
I hope not. I hope the Cowboys don't they don't panic, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
And give him whatever he wants. You know, I hope they don't cave. If they let him see the market, I think it'll kind of bring him back to earth a little bit in terms of what he's asking for.
Okay, what do you think the Cowboys are going to do?
I feel like they're going to pay him.
Pay him how much?
I don't know if they'll let him test the market, but I feel like he's going to settle probably somewhere. He's not going to get everything he's asking for.
Yeah. Well, he also said he sounds pretty set on not taking a discount. Not taking a discount, and he wants 34 to 36 million. So do you think the Cowboys are going to cave into his demands? Do you think he'll go down to theirs?
I think he's going to have to give a little.
I think, yeah.
But I think he's still going to be getting paid generously. So I would say somewhere around like 31 or 32 million.
I'm going to bet on 30 million straight up. But I think a lot of I think he's going to be one of the most guaranteed players. Really? Yeah.
I would rather pay him more overall with less guarantees if I was them.
Really?
Yeah, that way if, let's say 2 years down the line, he's kind of falling apart, like he's still hurting your team, then you can cut ties. But that's also going to come down to how long are they going to extend him? Is it going to be 4 years or is it going to be 5 or 6?
I think for the Cowboys, I'd be okay with paying him 35, whatever he wants, if it's over like a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
Like if it's 36 over 3 years, that gives you leeway to extend all the players you want and just backload their contract and still pay him and see if he deserves a contract coming up.
Also, I feel like it's worthy to mention, if the Cowboys are going to sign Dak, they have to fully commit to running this offense the Dak-friendly way.
Yeah, no,
I know they've talked about this a lot, but they need to have him contribute in the run game, throw the short intermediate passes, get the playmakers the ball, let them work, not backing Dak up 40 times, asking him to be Drew Brees, and there shouldn't be games where Dak has 0 rushing attempts.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is if we extend Dak, we have to extend Zeke, because Dak has to rely on the run to open up play action and just in general the passing game.
Extend Zeke. You can't expect Dak to improve if he's going to lose his best weapons.
Yeah.
So if you're going to bring back Dak, you might as well bring them all back. Bring back Coop.
Well, I think they want to. It's just, are they going to have enough cap to pay for all these people?
Yeah. They're going to have their work cut out for them for sure.
Well, this has been No Facts Needed.
Yes, sir.
Like and subscribe.
Are you ever going to say that right?
Probably not.
Like and subscribe.
Thanks for watching.
Also, a quick mention. Guess, let's just guess how much Tom Brady makes per year.
17 million.
15.
I was gonna say 50.
He's the 19th highest paid quarterback.